Well, hello, I'm BJ Arnett, and this is This Day, and this is a fantastic day for me because I get to continue a conversation with Alveda King. It is so good to have you here, and just to, reminisce on our childhood, on our mamas, on our daddies, on our grandpapas and uncles and so forth, but on the history of this great nation and even a greater God. I often think about, had I not had the upbringing that I had I not knew that there was a Martin Luther King Jr., that there was a Daddy King, that there were king men, had I not knew that there were kings in my own home, I don't know if I'd be sitting in this seat. I don't know if I would have ever sat at NBC. I just don't know. Our history is so important, but it is a history that is not void of needing clarification. So I'm going to roll back to a conversation that we just had in part one of this interview. You mentioned a couple where the husband is Caucasian, the wife is Latina, right?
Yes.
And her inability to go into a store to return something because they didn't take things back.
From her kind.
From her kind. My mind can't even wrap around that. Yeah. And I know that many times people think that it's not around the world, but it is. It is. And you have a book that's called We're Not Colorblind, Healing the Racial Divide. How important is it to heal the racial divide that is so obvious? Some will deny that it even exists.
And denying doesn't work.
And
there's an elephant in the room.
Excuse me. And others will say that everything wrong is because of the racial divide. Where is the reality?
Ginger Howard and I wrote that book during COVID. Actually, it was strange. And we had come against several encounters over skin color, political persuasion, and people were hitting us left and right, racism, politics, everything.
Excuse me.
And Ginger prophetically got a dream and a vision that we should write a book. So we had to go back and forth. I would want to come in and say, well, Black power is important. And I would say, Ginger, Black power is important. You've got to get that. And she would say, well, when I was growing up, we had the help. I said, you can't call us the help. We were domestic engineers, Ginger. Well, she says, Black power. Then you say human power. Then your uncle say, not Black power, not white power, only God power and human power. So we went back and forth with our own anecdotes and became genuine sisters in Christ. We saw human beings. We really began to know each other that way, and we were able to write that, and that healed not only a racial divide in our minds, we saw ourselves as humankind, as human beings with different ethnicities, uniquely designed, but human beings. So I don't think people know what the word humankind means. And people want to fight over skin color.
Right.
But that's just ethnicity. It's supposed to be celebrated. We should celebrate every aspect of our ethnicity. I was thinking about that as younger women, and we're still beautiful women, and age truly is just a number. We're going to live in eternity forever. I get that.
That's it.
But you went into news anchor with the big networks and all of that. I, of course, was a journalist also with a graduate experience in journalism. As a young girl, I wrote for the newspapers and all that, and then I did Sharky's Machine, Heaven Can Wait, North and South, all that.
Yes, you did.
But what we took to those experiences was our grandparents.
Yes.
Our parents.
Yes.
We were taught, I'm somebody. And if somebody dared to say to you, what's your kind doing here?
Oh, my God.
I knew you had an answer. I know you were loaded.
Oh.
And I would say, my kind? Wow. What kind? What planet were you born on?
We were taught to receive it by giving it back as a question.
Giving it back as a question. What planet were you born on?
But that caused a conversation or it shut it down. Right heart caused a conversation.
That's right.
Shut it down was also good because that meant you were able to identify who that person was.
Absolutely.
So both were necessary. Now we're at this place in these United States and in this world that people are questioning not just the color issue or a divide because of the shade of your skin, but there is a divide that everyone should have been thinking about in the first place.
Absolutely.
Which is the core of who you are and your foundation and who you believe. This is the area that's so much bigger that you addressed when you did this book.
The book was very difficult. We still carry the book around. We have conversations, hard questions, and we're ready with answers. We speak to blended audiences, sometimes women's group, but sometimes the broader group. Most of the people who respond to Ginger and me are the men.
Wow.
We have men from every age and ethnicity writing us, calling us. Sometimes they'll have tears in the corners of their eyes, saying, I'm so glad you wrote this book. I didn't think of it before. And when people begin to think and talk, that's one thing. We wrote it during COVID. We wrote it during COVID when people wouldn't look at each other, wouldn't see each other.
Yeah, but now it becomes so necessary. Alveda King, alvedaking.com, and I don't want to miss saying that, alvedaking.com. We're going to have more conversation. And we're going to have breakfast real soon, too.
We'll do it.
We do it. There's so much for us to understand in the divide of the heart from the Father. It's so much further than the color of our skin. It's so much further than the political divide. It's really heart change that has to happen. I thank you so much for being who you are.
I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Thank you. And without God, if we don't let God keep it together,
That's it. That's it.
we'll have nothing.
Nothing at all. Alveda King. It's called Alveda King, King Rules, 10 Truths for you, your family, and our nation to prosper. And we're not colorblind. Healing the radical divide. I just can't even say how much I've enjoyed this.
Me too.
But I want to end off this program with something very special. We know about your Christmas album, but there's a particular song. I just want you to set it up real quick for us before it comes on. And that's how we're going to end today, because it just is a special story in this song.
The Bible mentions golden thread, but golden thread by itself will not keep it together. Golden thread, let God keep it together.
Let God keep it together. So if you have a question, if you have a heartache, let God heal it. Let God keep it together. I don't know any better way to do it than to end it like that. Let God keep it together. This is Alveda King. I'm B.J. Arnett, and this is This Day. And we hope your day has something special in it that's just for you. Remember, the Lord our God has a special gift for you. It may be the person sitting next to you. It may be your grocery store clerk. It may be your grandchild or your child. Or it just may be a moment that he speaks from your heart to his. It is your opportunity to receive your gift. I don't know any other way to say it. So let's take a listen to Alveda King. Thank you.
Golden thread.
Golden thread. I love it. And you guys will love it too. This is just really special.
Thank you.
More to come. More to come. Golden thread, Alveda King. I wanted to go there because I think that one of the things that we need to recognize is how special we are and how blessed we are and how all the material things will mean nothing because it does fade away. There is a relationship that is better than money, right? Golden Thread, a great song by Alveda King. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to hear your voice. As always, you are a strong voice in our nation and in our world today, and we want to continue to hear from you and be blessed by you. A Golden Thread is the song that you just heard, and it's an opportunity for you to get involved with who you are and whose you are. There's nothing better than that. So for those of you who are feeling that, I don't know, that place where you feel left out or you feel that you're not special, stop it. There is nothing more special than
Let
you.
love keep it together.
Let love keep it together.
Yeah.
Alveda King, thank you for joining us. AlvedaKing.com, and this is This Day. God bless you, each and every one of you. Bye-bye.